G'day, fools. I'm Scott Phillips from the Motley Fool, and this is our regular series called What I've Been Reading. It's a very imaginatively titled, isn't it? It's where I sit down and talk to some of the Motley Fool analysts about literally what they've been reading. Why? Because they're smart, interesting, and thoughtful people. They like reading and learning, and we all love sharing it with you. We work at the Motley Fool in no small part because we want to share some of what we've learned about investing in general, business and finance, all that good stuff, with our viewers, our members, our readers, all that thing. So this is why we do What I've Been Reading. We hope you get a little bit out of it as well. I'm joined today by Chris Copley. Chris, g'day.
G'day, Scott. How's it going?
Mate, I'm very well, thank you. You're going to talk about a book from a really cool little series. Well, pun kind of half intended. The Little Book series. There's a few great ones out there. But this particular one you're going to talk about is The Little Book of Valuation by Aswath Damodaran. Now, he's a super well-known, at least in investing nerd circles, valuation guy. So probably the right guy to be writing a book about valuation. But tell us about it. Tell our viewers about The Little Book of Valuation, if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. This is another book that I read a little while ago. It is widely considered. Aswath is widely considered, I guess, one of the leading experts in investment valuation. So there are many books and lectures and podcasts and other things available that people can use to learn from him and some of the most important concepts when it comes to valuing financial assets as well, and a lot of important takeaways and things that investors can grab to help them make better investment decisions as well. But ultimately, the price that you pay for a company is very important. You know, it doesn't matter how good a business is or how large its growth opportunity is. There's always a price that if you buy the business at, it will deliver poor return. So determining the right price to pay for a business can be very hard. There are a number of different ways you can do it. There are also lots of uncertainties when you do it, and often it can be a bit of a waste of time to be too precise when you do it as well. But nevertheless, it's still an important thing to do, and it needs to be considered in your investment approach. And I think that all of the most important things to consider when it comes to valuing a company is in this book. So yeah, I think it's certainly one to put on the investment nerds reading list.
You know what's great about the little books, though? I haven't read this one for a while, I have to say, but I'm pretty sure I remember it being pretty approachable. The little book series, they do a very good job. They keep it short. They try and, I won't say dumb it down, that's condescending, but they make it approachable, accessible for almost anybody. Do I remember that correctly about the Little Book of Valuation?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they really try to narrow it down to the most important things, really. And I guess on that point, I think I guess one of the most important concepts really to understand from this book is what determines the value of a business. And really they go through a few things. So cash flows from the existing business is really number one. It's very key. But also it comes down to the growth potential of the business. So, you know, obviously, you know, realistic addressable market size can come into play here. It also includes the ability to grow the cash generation from its current assets, but also how the business invests the cash which it generates as well. Are there, you know, plenty of places for the business to reinvest its cash flows to help provide future growth? So this is another important question that you ask. Risk is the other one. So I guess the greater uncertainty of future growth and future cash generation, the greater margin of error that you're going to want in your valuations. And then finally, sustainability of the business's cash generation. So the higher the quality of the business and the more confident that you are that the business will be able to sustain and improve upon its competitive position and competitive advantages, this plays a very critical role in the value of the business as well. So I think when it comes to understanding what determines value, I think those are really some of the key points that are really grabbed at in the book.
There you go, viewers. Chris has given you a very quick cook's tour through valuation for a slightly longer one. Maybe grab the Little Book of Valuation by Aswath Damodaran. We'll have a link down below this video when you see it on YouTube. But yeah, highly recommended. Some other Little Book series are great. I've got a Little Book of Behavioral Investing behind me somewhere on the bookshelf. There's some really good stuff too. So yeah, Little Book of Valuation, Aswath Damodaran. Check it out. Chris, thanks for sharing that with us. And until next time, full on.